My, aren't concerned about the other student needs? I bet there are more on top of things than I think. More importantly, something needs to be done about this. Time's not gonna wait for us. Such a candid sorrow, Mr. Vanilla. You're pretty cool-headed yourself. Father has raised me such that such trifle will not shake me. What's your father like, anyhow? Oh my, you seem to have no interest in another student, so I believe you too have no interest in myself either. I didn't say anything like that. Only joking, come now. They're carrying over one book after another, let us research. Man, I can't believe how many copies of the same book this place has. Unreturned books were a frequent occurrence, as I'm told. Oh. Well, at any rate, this much should be plenty. Making multiple copies of everything with the expectation of them being stolen, our principle. Absurdly heavy-handed, huh? There's been sharp decrease in that since I became a library assistant, however. Parenthesis, relatively speaking. What is that? But cha still need this many, huh? Well, how is progress looking? A bit troubled. We still haven't found anything. We've been looking for an Ayakashi with qualities resembling capable of adopting and capable of tearing people out, right? I see. So we help look to then? Ah, how about this? The Aobozu. Aobozu? There's also the Yamanba. Or how about the Tsuchigumo? Tengu. There's quite a few that could fit when it comes to abducting people. As for attacking people, Kamaitachi? Oh, but they heal the... They heal the one? Oh yeah. They cut and they heal it. Wolfman, do those count as yokai? There's also Nekomata, I guess. Well, anything to narrow it down shall. Finding a link to the events of their life will make it easier to get to the specifics. Even of their life? Because Ayakashi have an abnormal amount of attachment to this world. You can expect their life provided a reason for that. For kids around your age, the most common things will be familial circumstance. Ah, so in other words, wouldn't that be the kind of matter that they won't dare talk about? Let me append a bit more about Ayakashi. To send an Ayakashi to the next world, they have to be made aware of their death, and Ayakashi extremely dislike becoming aware of how they died. Only makes sense, I suppose. I won't say Ayakashi don't feel guilt, but their attachment to the life beats out all of other to life beats out all of their emotion. And Ayakashi confessing of their own accord will more or less never happen. And more troublesome is that sometimes even they're not aware they're an Ayakashi. Meaning, you have to expose them by force. Is someone in the classroom is an Ayakashi that didn't realize it? Oh, that seems interesting. In a case like this where no one notice what they are, that you do. Gosh, even when you're alive, though there's all kind of stuff you won't want others knowing about. Yes, it's utterly absurd to say that we should hand over our lives for such reason. Just because time was reversed once does not mean it will happen again tomorrow. In which case, someone really gonna die. This is getting really scary all of a sudden. Still, there's no guarantee someone will die tomorrow either. We have to do whatever possible to avoid the worst. scanner. But what do we do now? I like to go out and check some different materials personally. Can we now go too? No, I'm afraid I can't think of a good excuse to take my student outside. But you can't just leave us either, right? We can manage something if another teacher asks or whatever. We just need to give some excuse. I'd appreciate it if you could, but we just gotta make a scarecrow that looks just like Mr. Yuinara. Oh, that might be good. Tough will be found out if anyone looks too close. With a mop from the broom closet, I believe we can make something convincing. True, if we do it. Do I resemble a mop that closely? Well then, I'll hurry out. You get back to the classroom. Understood. I'll keep a close eye on everyone. But the principal was walking around on the third floor earlier. It will be trouble if he sees you and asks what's up. You're right. Maybe you should go during the break after this period. That does make sense. Getting chopped could be really costly. There's only about 10 minutes left. Guess I'll wait. Oh! By interacting more with the student, you make encounter special event. Touching the question mark will advance time. Unsafe. Why I can't move the cursor with my joystick? Controller? Let's see, I want to see what happened to Zero. Zero and Haito are talking over there. Talk. What's this? Were you worried for Haito too, Mr. Yoinara? I guess worry is applicable. Sure. It's fine. I've calmed down a bunch. Phew, I'm really not cut out for this. Hey, Yuki fainted too. In fact, the strange thing here is how the rest of them can bear it. Yes, indeed. Some of our classmates even think it wasn't true. Plus, there are many of them who have always been interested in this sort of occult business. Yeah, even back in the grade school, we did stuff like tests of courage and expedition in the night. Sounds dangerous. Some would say you'll learn danger by getting hurt. That is its experience. In reality, well, I can't handle scary stuff, but I like sharing that tense excitement with everybody. Actually, when Zero's there, it's wild how relieved I feel. You always did send me out in front, so you don't know any fear. I find people who abruptly pick fights with me all day more scary, painful, and unpleasant than anything. That's rogue. To think when Zero himself is so nice, like when slow, his pace to match mine. You lack stamina after all. Walking is tiring, okay? And how does that work out for you when you're going to concert? When it comes to that, I've got a hollow leg, or an extra pair of legs, I guess. So in addition to break a leg, there's also spare 2 legs. What? You're really mixing your saying there. You know, Zero, you're pretty muscular. Do you work out? Indeed. It's important to build strength. You almost always slack off during swimming lesson in PE, Haito. I don't teach secondary subjects, so I wasn't aware you're slacker when it comes to all those. That's a mean way to put it. I've got terrible asthma, so I can't push myself too much. Ah, I see. I can't help that. It got worse. At one point. He was in the hospital for a time. Yeah, I never expected to get so bad so quickly. Was it some other sickness to blame? I wonder if I got cursed during the test of courage. If that were it, I should have gotten cursed too, right? No, I meant, maybe. Mr. Rainer, do you dislike the occult? Dislike? When you put it like that, maybe. Whoa, but it sure sounds like your job has to do with it, with that stuff, that sender thing. Hey, which part don't you like? What do I dislike about the occult? How the truth of it is unclear. How it's intentionally threatening. I wonder, maybe how I'm not sure what it really is. But there's even humans who I really don't comprehend. Indeed, though be strange or scary. In grade school, did you ever meet a ghost during a test of courage or anything? Did I ever? I feel there were things along those lines, but after the fact, it typically starts to feel like they were just imagined. Yeah, that's how it goes. The scariest part of for me was when my mom found out I snuck out at night and got mad. I too was yelled at upon being found out. Here in Japan, they say fathers are scary as earthquake, thunder and fires, but I suppose it's an era of mothers now. What about you, Mr. Rainer? Is your wife scary? Hey, I'm single. My grandmother was harsh though. There was shame in having someone who was frightening when angered then. You may have conflict from time to time, but try not to put too much worry on people who are thinking of you. That's true. Everybody gotten a little less mischievous since they entered middle school. Personally, you still seem pretty mischievous to me. You may only know us from middle school on, Mr. Rainer, but trust that this is much preferable to our grade school self. The hardship the grade school teacher faced must be immeasurable.